Welcome to the studios of WCMU Public Media. This time, a first-round game between Coleman and Mount Pleasant's Sacred Heart. Coming up next.
Support for Quiz Central is provided by the CMU Bookstore. T-shirts, sweatshirts, hats, maroon and gold memories, and an official outfitter of Adidas apparel at the Central Michigan University owned and operated CMU Bookstore. Online shopping 7 days a week at cmubookstore.com, on campus at the University Center, and game day locations at Kelly Short Stadium and the John G. Kulhalvy Event Center.
Hello again, everyone. I'm David Nicholas, and welcome to Quiz Central. This time, students from Coleman are taking on a team from Mount Pleasant's Sacred Heart. We have a 16-team single elimination tournament, and at the end of the season, 4 lucky Quiz Central seniors will receive a book scholarship provided by the CMU Bookstore. Plus, top teams from Quiz Central will qualify for the NAQT High School National Championship Tournament. All right, let's get to our game. Our first round, we call it the Maroon and Gold Rush. Teams will have 2 minutes to answer as many toss-up questions as they can. If a team answers incorrectly, the opposing school has an opportunity to answer that question. Teams may not consult during this round. Throughout our game, correct answers are worth 10 points apiece and no deduction for incorrect answers. So are we ready, players? All right. Hands on your buzzers, good luck, and here comes your first question. What show in which Michael's suicide leads his brother to inherit a business called The Original Beef depicts Jeremy Allen White as a zealous chef?
The Bear?
You are correct. Some myths claim that the Egyptian god Horus was the son of what goddess, the sister wife of Osiris?
Isis?
You are correct. What punctuation mark is used to terminate statements in many programming languages such as Java and C? Move on to the next question. What country, where an art museum contains the headless winged victory of Samothrace, features sculptures celebrating victory on the Arc de Triomphe?
France.
You are correct. What surname was shared by Virgil, Morgan, and Wyatt, 3 lawmen who killed cowboys during the shootout at the OK Corral in 1881?
Earp?
That's correct. What country is home to Lake Balkhash, is the largest landlocked country by area in the world, and is a Central Asian country governed from Astana? Time, we'll move on to the next question. In July 2023, what EU country's government, led since 2010 by Mark Rutte, resigned and called for early elections amid a dispute over migrant policies? Yeah, we'll move on to the next one. What celestial body whose geological history, and the bell signals the end of that round. We didn't get into that. At the end of the first round, Coleman with an early lead of 30-10 over Sacred Heart. Let's go back over the questions that were missed in that first round. The punctuation mark we were looking for was the semicolon. And the country that's home to Lake Balkhash is Kazakhstan. And the EU country we were looking for was the Netherlands. Before we start our next round, let's learn a little bit more about our students competing today. First, we welcome in the students from Coleman.
I'm Jackson Lewis. I'm a sophomore at Coleman Junior High School. I participate in bowling, drama, and band.
Hi, I'm Caitlin. I'm from Coleman High School, and I participate in band and sports.
Hi, my name is Josie Ballier, and I am a junior at Coleman High School, and I participate in drama, 4-H, and music.
Hi, I'm Maggie Clark. I'm a junior at Coleman High School, and I do cheer, FFA, and a lot of other things.
Thank you, Coleman High School. Great to have you here. Now a chance to meet our team from Mount Pleasant Sacred Heart.
Hi, my name is Aishwarya Shankar. I'm a senior at Sacred Heart Academy. I'm part of golf, National Honor Society, and Key Club.
I am Aiden Baker. I am a senior at Sacred Heart Academy, and I like to participate in National Honor Society. I love sports and Quiz Bowl.
I'm Ryan Wiggins. I go to Sacred Heart Academy. I'm a senior. I'm in Key Club, National Honor Society, and I play varsity baseball and basketball.
Hi, I'm Owen Middleton. I'm a junior at Sacred Heart. I like sports, and I participate in VPA Key Club and Quiz Bowl.
Thanks to all of our students. It's great to have you with us here on WCMU. Now, our next round on Quiz Central is the kickoff round. And this round includes a combination of toss-up and bonus questions. The team that correctly answers the toss-up will get the opportunity to answer a single bonus question. Missed toss-ups can be stolen, but there is no consulting on these questions. A correct answer on a toss-up allows for a single follow-up bonus question. No stealing on the bonuses. However, teams can confer. We'll take those answers from the captain. After a bonus question, we'll go back to a toss-up for both teams. All right, buzzer's ready. Here comes your first question. A line drawn through Rigel and Betelgeuse in Orion will pass between what zodiac constellation's two brightest stars, Castor and Pollux?
Pisces?
That is incorrect. Mount Pleasant, do you have a guess?
Sagittarius.
That is incorrect. We are looking for Gemini. In September 2014, a court in what country gave a life sentence to Ilham Tohti Urigar, economics professor, for promoting separatism in Xinjiang?
China?
That is correct. Sacred Heart, your bonus question. Ray Bradbury's novel Fahrenheit 451 depicts firemen whose job is to destroy what objects?
It's bonus.
Books.
The bonus, and it comes from the captain.
Books.
Books is correct. All right, toss up for both teams. What playwright who based a character from his play After the Fall on his ex-wife Marilyn Monroe wrote Death of a Salesman and The Crucible?
Miller.
That is correct, Arthur Miller. And your bonus question, what son of Selim I ruled the Ottoman Empire from 1520 to 1566, conquered Rhodes and Belgrade, and became that empire's longest ruling sultan?
Simon the Terrible.
Oh, we were looking for Suleiman. Back to a bonus for both teams. What prime minister signed the Lateran Treaty recognizing Vatican City as independent and allied with Germany as the fascist dictator of Italy? Yes?
Oh, dang it.
All right.
Stop. But
Time, we go to Sacred Heart if you got the answer. And we were looking for Benito Mussolini.
I knew it.
Toss up for both teams. What 18th century Swiss mathematician proved that the power series with the terms x to the n over n factorial converged? And we were looking for Leonhard Euler. What process, which is governed by Fick's laws, is called osmosis when it involves water and involves particles moving from high to low concentration? And we're looking for the concept of diffusion. Toss up for both teams. Two guitars appear behind a Spanish dancer in El Jaleo, a painting by what American-born artist who painted the portrait of Madame X? That artist was John Singer Sargent. Toss up for both teams. What Austrian composer who depicted a hurdy-gurdy player and a linden tree in Winterreise left his two-movement 8th Symphony unfinished?
Beethoven.
That is incorrect. Coleman?
Mozart?
Oh, we were looking for Franz Schubert. Toss up for both teams. In February 2024, wildfires killed more than 130 people in what South American country's Valparaiso region?
Brazil.
That is incorrect. Coleman, do you have a guess?
Argentina.
The country was Chile. What play, whose second act occurs in the garden of a Woolton manor house, ends with Jack Worthing realizing the title phrase and is by Oscar Wilde? And that play, The Importance of Being Earnest. What 1963 Supreme Court case concerning a man who broke into a pool hall held that a defendant has the right to be provided with legal counsel? That case was Gideon v. Wainwright. And the bell signals the end of that round, and we close the kickoff with still a very close game. Sacred Heart now has a 10-point lead, 40-30 over Coleman. And next we'll find out how the teams handle the perfect 10. Teams in the perfect 10, you have 60 seconds to answer questions from a choice of clues to 3 categories. The opposing team will have 30 seconds to answer any unasked, incorrect, or skipped questions. You can consult throughout the entire round. We do take the answers from the captain. The team that's trailing gets the first choice to pick a clue to a category. Here are your perfect 10 categories for today. Writer's room, cleared for landing, and we're number 1. Coleman, you come in trailing in our game, and so you get your first choice of one of those clues and the category to follow.
Writer's room, please.
From Writer's room, we get short stories. Name the authors of these short stories. The 60 seconds on the clock to begin your perfect 10 with this. The lottery.
Skip, please.
Okay. Young Goodman Brown.
Skip.
The Fall of the House of Usher.
Edgar Allan Poe.
That is correct. Rip Van Winkle.
Skip.
The Gift of the Magi.
Skip, please.
An Occurrence at Owl Creek Bridge.
We don't know. Skip.
A Good Man is Hard to Find. To Build a Fire. The Yellow Wallpaper. An Interpreter of Maladies. The bell signals the end. Can't get an answer there. Okay. Sacred Heart, we come over to you. Again, the category is short stories. Name the authors of these short stories. And what we will do is put 30 seconds on the clock for you to pick up as many of these as you possibly can. And we will begin with your 30 seconds with this. The lottery.
No answer.
Young Goodman Brown.
I think it might be a Hawthorne or Bennett. I think Hawthorne.
Hawthorne.
Hawthorne is correct. Nathaniel Hawthorne. Rip Van Winkle.
Irving.
Irving.
That is correct. The Gift of the Magi.
O. Henry.
O. Henry.
That is correct. An Occurrence at Owl Creek Bridge.
No answer.
A Good Man is Hard to Find. And the bell signals the end. That one, which if we didn't get to, was by Mary Flannery O'Connor. And the one that stumped everybody, The Lottery, was written by Shirley Jackson. And The Occurrence at Owl Creek Bridge, written by Ambrose Bierce. As we said, A Good Man is Hard to Find by Mary O'Connor. To Build a Fire was written by Jack London. The Yellow Wallpaper, written by Charlotte Perkins Gilman. And Interpreter of Melodies, that was written by Jalari Lehari, excuse me. Tough questions there, but we move on. And Sacred Heart, we are going to you for your choice then in your Perfect 10 round to choose from Cleared for Landing or We're Number One.
What's cleared for landing?
I don't know what Cleared for Landing is.
I don't know.
You want to do We're Number One?
Sure, if you guys want to do that.
We'll take We're number one, please.
We're Number One. And your category is 1. Give these answers that contain either the word or the numeral 1. Again, the clue is We're Number One, and the category 1. Give these answers that contain either the word or the numeral 1. You start off with your 60 seconds as we start with a motorsport whose drivers include Lewis Hamilton.
Formula One.
Correct. A 1,776-foot tall New York skyscraper that replaced the Twin Towers.
It's Bono.
What is it? Yeah, One World Trade Center.
One World Trade Center.
That is correct. 2016 Star Wars film in which Jyn and Cassian help steal the Darth Star plans.
Rogue One.
That is correct. Microsoft cloud storage device.
No answer.
Manga and anime in which Luffy leads the Straw Hat Pirates.
One Piece.
That is correct. Karen McManus novel about the Bayview Four suspected of murdering Simon.
No answer.
Boy band that sang Story of My Life.
One Direction.
One Direction.
That is correct. And the bell signals the end there. So as we shift it over to Coleman, you'll have 30 seconds to pick up on a couple of those that they did not get, plus possibly round out the category. So good luck to you as we put your 30 seconds up on the clock to begin with Microsoft cloud storage device.
OneDrive.
That is correct. Karen McManus novel about the Bayview Four suspected of murdering Simon.
No answer.
Ken Kesey novel in which psychiatric patients oppose Nurse Ratched.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
That is correct. A 2023 fighting game whose cameo fighters include Sub-Zero and Gore. And the bell signals the end. We could not get to that. It was Mortal Kombat 1. Dimensionless quantity, a question we did not get to, equal to the speed of sound is Mach 1. The Karen McManus novel about the Bayview Four was called One of Us is Lying. And with that, we wrap up our Perfect 10 round. And Sacred Heart, you have a lead of 120 to 60 over Coleman. As we move into our fourth round of today's game in the home stretch, we'll have a combination of toss-up and bonus questions. The team that correctly answers the toss-up will get the opportunity to answer a single bonus question. Missed toss-ups can be stolen, but there is no consulting. A correct answer on a toss-up allows for a single follow-up bonus question. No stealing on the bonuses, however, teams can confer and will take the answers from the captain. After a bonus question, we'll go back to a toss-up for both teams. If your buzzers are ready, here comes your first question. What state, whose Amendment 4 enfranchised felons in 2018, was severely affected by Hurricane Ian in 2022 and is led by Governor Ron DeSantis?
Florida.
It's Florida.
It is, yes, it is Florida. Someone gets that question. The toss-up for both teams, or excuse me, bonus question. The Balboa and the U.S. dollar are the official currencies of what Central American country that contains the northern part of the Darien Gap?
Panama.
That is also correct.
I went there.
Bonus there.
Yes.
Okay, now we head
That's
to the
bonus.
toss-up, back to the toss-up for both teams. What man, who is the namesake of the radius between the proton and electron in hydrogen, was a Danish physicist who names a 1913 model of the atom?
Bohr.
That is correct, Niels Bohr. To your bonus question now, Sacred Heart, what economist is the namesake of a curve that links tax rates and revenue, which was reportedly drawn on a cocktail napkin?
No answer.
That's Arthur Betts Laffer, or the Laffer curve. All right, toss up for both teams. What author whose gay love story, Morris, was only published posthumously, wrote about Lucy Honeychurch's trip to Florence in A Room with a View? And we're looking for E.M. or Edward Morgan Forster. Toss up for both teams. In what 2024 third-person shooter developed by Arrowhead do players kill cyborgs, bugs, and Illuminatius as shock troops for the Super Earth Empire?
Halo?
That's incorrect. How pleasant, do you have a guess?
Overwatch.
Also incorrect. Helldivers 2. And since it's beyond Pac-Man, I would have no clue. What singer's manager, Colonel Tom Parker, encouraged him to join the Army after having rock and roll hits like Heartbreak Hotel?
Elvis.
That is correct. Elvis Aaron Presley. Your bonus question. Commodus was the son of what Roman emperor and author of the Stoic philosophical treatise Meditations, who was the last of the 5 good emperors?
Is it Caesar?
It is not. It was Marcus Aurelius was the emperor we were looking for. Toss up for both teams. What king issued the Edict of Fontainebleau, suppressed the Fronde revolts, greatly expanded the Palace of Versailles, and was called the Sun King?
King Louis the 15th?
Incorrect. Sacred Heart with a guess?
Louis the 14th.
It was Louis the 14th, yes, was the one that we were looking for. Okay, your bonus question now. A rabbit named Fiver foretells the destruction of the Sandalford Warren at the beginning of what novel by Richard Adams?
Is it like water? Something? Oh, you got an answer.
No answer.
All right. Watership Down was
I thought you
so
said Latin.
beginnings of, but not the whole answer. Toss up for both teams. What novel in which Father Penelow's death is recorded as a doubtful case by Dr. Rhea depicts an epidemic in Oran and was written by Albert Camus? And that upbeat novel was The Plague. Toss up for both teams. A Dutch astronomer proposed the existence of what cloud of icy planetesimals surrounded by the sun, thought to be the source of a long period comets?
The Oort cloud.
That is correct, the Oort cloud. Bonus question then. What 2-word Latin phrase, which translates to with praise, denotes the most widely given Latin honor at American universities?
Cum laude.
Incorrect. We were just looking for cum laude. What man who in 1946 New Year's Day speech formally renounced his divinity, ruled during the Showa era, and was emperor of Japan during World War II? That emperor was Hirohito. And the bell signals the end of that round. And at the end now of our home stretch, Sacred Heart leading our game 150-90. And up next, it's our final round of the game. It's the final countdown. Teams, you'll have 2 minutes to answer as many toss-up questions as you can. If a team misses a question, the opposing team has the opportunity to answer. Teams may not consult during this round. All ready? Hands on the buzzers, 2 minutes on the clock, and here comes your first question. Abraham Lincoln was assassinated while watching Our American Cousin at what Washington, D.C. theater?
Ford Theater.
Ford's Theater is correct. What author who described hearing martial music while in his bean field wrote about living deliberately in a cabin in the woods in his book Walden? All right, next question. What quantity, named after a British physicist, equals tensile stress over strain, is a modulus that characterizes the stiffness of a material? All right, next toss-up for both. What country contains the Avenue of the Baobabs, is home to the Malagasy people, and is a large island off the coast of southeastern Africa?
Madagascar.
Madagascar is correct. What composition by George Frederick Handel takes its name from the fact that it was written for a 1717 concert performed on the River Thames? You're looking for the water music. All right. What regular polygon has 9 diagonals, has the most sides of any regular polygon that can tile the plane, and has a 120-degree internal angles? Okay, time. We'll move on to the next. The title swashbuckler of Edmond Rostand's play Cyrano de Bergerac is self-conscious about the large size of what facial feature?
Nose.
That is correct. What officer whose legacy was defended by his wife Libby after he died in battle in 1876 was crushed by Crazy Horse at the Battle of Little Bighorn? Bell signals the end of that round. That was George Armstrong Custer, by the way. And the quantity named after the British physicist, we were looking for Young's modules. And we were also looking for the author that described hearing martial music was Henry David Thoreau. And with that, we get to the end of the final countdown in our game today. A good game, Mount Pleasant Sacred Heart 170, Coleman 100. How about a round for both of our teams today? Round of applause. Thanks very much, Coleman, for playing Quiz Central with us today, and congratulations again, Sacred Heart. We will see you in an upcoming game, and we will see all of you as well in upcoming games here on Quiz Central. I'm David Nicholas. Have a good night, everybody.